If you feel like you've spent years trapped between stress and the restriction of your diets, let me tell you something. Regret weighs far more than fat ever will. And today I'm breaking down the frequently asked questions when it comes to stress and eating. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lydia Martinez Ebling, certified fitness and nutrition specialist and hormone health coach for women over 40. Let's get into it. Well, there can be a lot of reasons why you're gaining weight and you're dieting. The biggest thing, well, there's a couple different things. It could be that your calories are too low, so your body's not getting the fuel that it needs to actually function throughout the day, so it slows down your metabolism. But more than likely, it's the stress that you're putting on your body. See, stress is a big contributor, that mental and emotional stress, when we're looking at food as a perfection mode. And what do I mean by that? We have this idea, or we've been taught, that it's either good or bad, right or wrong, pass or fail when it comes to our diet. And we think we're going along, we're eating clean, we're following whatever program, whatever system, and then we decide to have a cookie, or we decide to have a slice of pizza, or we decide to have something that you feel that is not part of the program that you're following, and you feel that that cookie just totally ruined all your results. So then you throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's kind of like that perfection mode. And when we have that mindset, that restriction, then it causes us to freak out internally. Even though we think we're not, we're raising our cortisol every time we're going to make a decision about our food. So that restriction mode is like trying to squeeze sand. Think about it. You put sand in your hand, and when you squeeze your hand, what happens? It just falls through. You have no control. And that's usually the reason why someone is not getting results, even though they're eating clean. Well, what really works for women as they go, not just midlife, let's say you're perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal, and it's customization. See, because of marketing, we've been given this idea that the system, whatever program it is what what we need to be following. So we do Atkins or Whole30, or we do keto or the carnivore diet, or whatever, you fill in the blanks. And all of those programs are methodologies and ideas and concepts. Some of them are based around science, but it's really based around one size fits most, not one size fits all. So you're trying to squeeze yourself into a program that wasn't designed for you. See, everyone has different needs. We all need protein, fat, carbohydrates. We need a certain amount of calories, but we have to take in consideration where our body is at that given moment. What's your muscle to fat ratio? How much activity do you do? What's your stress levels? What are your likes and dislikes? I mean, there's so many different things. And then, of course, your hormones are key players with how your metabolism operates. So if you're following something, it could be, number one, it's not designed for you, so that it's not giving you the needs, your body's needs, to get the results. Or, and I'm not trying to beat you up here, but often when something isn't working, it's because we're not giving it time to work. See, your body responds to the things that you consistently do. I say it all the time, but don't expect results overnight. You might see these programs out there, 30 pounds in 30 days. That's usually a lot of water weight. Then they're losing muscle, and then they usually gain the weight back. You want to look at 90-day periods and let your body adjust to getting results. So staying consistent with the right designed program for you is really what's key. And that may be why you're not getting results. That's a big one. Food is, we look at it as our emotional support. We stress eat. And there's two reasons we stress eat. One, it's a chemical balance within your body. Cortisol is going up, causes all these different reactions. Cortisol is a hormone. Hormones don't work in isolation. So when one goes up, others go down, all these different things. And it causes us, when we're stressed, to crave things like, you don't crave a bushel of broccoli, right? We're usually reaching for the salty, the sweet, the crunchy, the textured type of thing. So how do we combat, or how do we try to shift that behavior? Well, first is that you recognized it. That's really important. The second thing is making sure that you're actually getting in the nutrients that you need. See, that's another reason, and I talked about it just a few minutes ago, but when your body's not getting nutrients in, not only does it slow down your metabolism, but it puts it in a stress mode. So you're constantly going to be looking for food. And again, unfortunately, you're not looking for the food that is going to nourish your body. So first, are you getting in the nutrients that you need in? Next is, okay, when we come to that stressful moment, is it a certain time of the day? Do you find yourself, okay, you've gone all day long and you start out great, you eat great, and then a certain time of the day or night hits you, and that's where stress hits you? Is it anxiety from your day, or thinking about what you have to get done tomorrow? Try to identify the moments in which you stress eat. And then at that moment, we need to take a step back. Wait 10 minutes. Like, tell yourself literally, can I wait 10 minutes before I react? Because that 10 minutes, believe it or not, can make a big difference in bringing your cortisol levels down and your reaction time as far as going and getting that food. And next, then we looked at what I call preempt obstacles. If you know that you're a stress eater, then what can you do about it? Like, let's start looking for strategies. Like, number one, don't put the crap food in your house. It makes it a lot easier not to go for that junk food. Number two, when we know that we're a stress eater, what strategies can we put in place? Is it the 10 minutes stepping back? Is it doing breathing exercises? Is it, okay, I have to reorganize my schedule so I don't get stressed at this specific moment? Really, it comes down to, number one, recognizing it, and then say, okay, what strategies can I put into place? And then the last part of that, when you're putting strategies in place, you're recognizing all of these things. Don't beat yourself up. That's a big one, because that just adds more stress, and more stress is more stress, more cortisol, more reactive behaviors. Don't beat yourself up. There's always grace in the journey, and there's always the chance or the moment to make the right decision on the next decision. So you feel like you've fallen off track. First, let's reframe your mindset. Going back to like the beginning of all the questions, is that you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. One cookie, one slice of pizza, one meal, even 1 week of eating off of your plan, that doesn't ruin your results, believe it or not. See, we either lose weight or gain weight, get in shape, get out of shape by the things that we consistently do. It's the day in, day out, week after week, month after month, then sometimes year after year, that really yields our results. So you feel like you've fallen off track. Did you fall off track, or are you just being too hard on yourself? That's the thing. How do we get back on track? Is that one of the things my dad used to say, because I was in gymnastics when I was a kid, and if I would fall, make a mistake, he said, shake it off. Just shake it off. That's the first thing that you want to do. You want to shake it off, because you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as I said multiple times. It's just knowing, okay, that you can pick up with the next meal. But one of the things I like to do is when I'm doing anything, whether it's with my fitness, with my food, whatever I'm looking to achieve, I'm always doing a good, better, best instead of perfection. Right? It's not about the perfection. Say it over and over again. Let's say I'm going to focus on tracking my food this week, but I've been overwhelmed in the past, so I just gave up and I stopped tracking. Well, what if I set up a good, better, best? Out of the 7 days, what would be good for me? If I actually can get 3 days of tracking in. If I get 5 days of tracking in, that's even better. My best would be what? 7 days of tracking. So if I set up these mental goals, then I'm not failing ever. I'm hitting one of those increments, and then I celebrate that, hey, I tracked 3 days, or hey, I tracked 5 days, or I'm a rock star, I tracked 7 days. So that's part of it. And then, okay, just start with the basics. Maybe when it comes to your new lifestyle or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, maybe you're just trying to do too much at once, and it's creating overwhelm. And when we create overwhelm, we're creating that stress. And then when we have that stress, then we throw our hands up, say, I can't do it. I'm never going to succeed. I'm going to fail all the time. So let's rewind that a little bit and say, okay, what can I do? Can I focus on the tracking? Can I make sure that I get the amount of protein in that I need for my body? Can I make sure that I'm doing ample amount of steps each day? Set things up, doing little things at a time, and keep adding on. The more you do, the more you do. The less you do, the less you do. See, and as you start to get these increments, wins, you get these small wins, then in your brain, it starts creating a pattern to where you will do more. You don't have to do everything at once. Small manageable changes in the right direction yield huge results. So one step that you can actually take today, as I said, don't try to do everything, because that's not just, you don't need to do that. Let me stop there. Let me rewind. One thing that you can do today is first make the decision. You make the decision that you want to feel better. You want to balance your hormones. You want to reset your metabolism. You're ready to reclaim your purpose. So making the decision is the first part of it. And then just pick one thing that you can implement today and focus on the week, and go from week to week to week, to where if you focus on that thing, it's going to completely transform your actions and the environment around you. And you're going to look back a year from now and you won't recognize yourself. And that's in a good way. Now, these are just some of the top questions that I get when it comes to stress eating and restricted diets. But I want to hear from you. What questions can I answer for you? Did I not cover what you needed? Go ahead and comment in the comments, and I'll be sure to cover it in future videos. You were made for more than diets and restriction. This isn't about perfection. It's about your purpose. You guys, it's tough out on those menopause streets. So make sure that you follow along for more helpful tips and tricks when it comes to this time of life.